So imagine doing 3 hours of wrapping and getting everything perfect, thinking everything's looking good, and then you go to cut right here towards the end and you slip and do that. That's 3 hours and you just kind of get total disappointment. I want to start the video with a quick update, and then I'll roll through a time lapse of the wrapping of the trunk. I'll put all the interesting stuff in the beginning, and then for those of you who don't really care about watching that part, you can just go ahead and move on. But don't forget to like and subscribe before you do. Alright, so here we go. We got the door. Door came out really nice. All the seams came out really good. I'm very pleased with the entire door. Taking off the mirror was a really good choice. I got a really clean seam underneath there. I'll do a photo of what it looked like underneath. I am going to wrap the mirror. I don't think, even though the body line, the wrap stops here and that kind of lines up a little bit, I think the mirror just sticks out like a sore thumb. You know, when you go kind of looking at the car, like, why didn't he wrap the mirror? Oh yeah, he was too scared to try it. Yeah, that's not happening. We're gonna wrap that mirror. So anyway, very happy with how the door handle came out. Came out really nicely. Even wrapping into the door seam, so you can't see the color change when you look in there. That body line came out very well. There is an imperfection in the door. Let me see if I can find it. I know it's there. Right there it is. Right. See if I can focus on it. Right there, dead center of the screen. Boom. That little bump right there. So I have, let's just skip ahead here. I have a couple more right here. So I don't know. They're not enough to bug me, so I'm not too worried about those. Anyway, my lines came out pretty clean. I'm good there. This whole fender came out really well. Now we're hitting this part here. So it's kind of funny, when I first got this car, I was kind of looking all over online trying to figure out how I can take care of this stripe to keep it forever, clean it, whatever. And kind of worried about what's going to happen if it ages out. Took a couple minutes to take off and a couple minutes to put back on, so you know, those of you who are stressing over the stripe, it is a pretty easy put back. I did this freehand with knifeless tape and a tape measure, did some measuring and kind of lined it back up again. And yeah, it looks pretty good. It's a different color. I'm going to continue the stripe on the trunk lid with the 3M 1080. It's an M12 matte black. I kind of like that color much better. It's a thicker film too, and it resists scuffs and scratches. You just kind of hit it with some heat and those scratches go right away. It's also the same film I used on my trunk over there. I'm gonna wait for that airplane to go away. So overall, I'm pleased with the trunk. I have some areas which are going to cause me to redo the entire trunk, but I'm going to finish the car first and then circle back around to do the trunk, because only 2 of them I'm going to notice, and then 1 basically everybody's going to notice. So I'm not so good with freehand cutting. I did a really nice job here on this seam, but when you come around right here, did really well, and then I screwed up right there. Boom and boom. I could see that. I could see it coming up, approaching. Not so much from here because the black stripe hides it, but when you're kind of checking out the car up close, this is what my eyes get drawn to. Everything else looks really good. All the seams, don't mind the mess. I was driving through back roads country on the way home yesterday, and it got a little dirty. Yeah, all my seams, all where the body lines meet, all my corners, my edges, everything came out really good. But then when you get to the trunk, you just got that one spot right there that's bugging me. Coming around here, I kind of stressed it a little too much and got a tiny little tear. Let's do a little zoom in right there and focus. Focus. There we go. Got a little tear right there. And I got some fingers under there. And those things are going to kind of basically fail over time. And then one more mess up. I laid an inlay in the bumper. For the license plate area, I chickened out. I didn't want to do it all in one piece, which was good. And right there, you'll see my overlap. Came out pretty good. You don't even see it from a couple feet away. But over here, I freehand cut it and I messed up a little bit. So I'm gonna put a little stripe of wrap on that. You won't see it, so that'll be fine for now. And then the last mess up I made, I did pretty good on this cut here. The last mess up I made was right there. You know, you cut in kind of free space, and I cut it a little too short, and at the bottom of that light you'll see two little gaps. I could fill those in with another little patch. Nobody will ever see it, so that's not too bad. But it's this last piece right here that's bugging the crap out of me. So you guys, let me know what you think. Would you redo 2 hours of prep and 3 hours of wrapping for those two marks right there? I don't know. I'm gonna do it just because it's gonna bug me. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Would you redo it? Another cool thing is I had a lot of trouble with the trunk, trying to figure out how to make a perfect line between this and this part here. The problem is this is attached to the trunk in different locations along the trunk line, and where it's not attached, the line looks nice and clean. But where it is attached, it looks like the vinyl mashes up right into it, and it just, as you approach the trunk from here you see a nice clean line. And previously when I wrapped right up to this piece here, all right, so anyway, as you approach the trunk, it would look uneven. The vinyl would look terrible, basically. So what I did was I had lined knifeless tape around the entire border of the trunk, and a lot of that's reflection in trees, but let me try the other angle. There we go. And basically left a little tiny, I guess you'd say 1/8 or 1/16 of an inch gap around the whole area. And I'm happy with the way it came out. As you approach the car, you don't notice it, and then when you do get up to the car, it looks nice and clean. So far so good. Sucks the trunk has to be redone. It's probably about $80 to $100 worth of vinyl. It's 11 feet. And that's only with a 6-inch overlap on each side for stretching. So it's a pretty big piece of vinyl to waste, but you know, I want this to last. I want it to look good. I want it, you know, I'm doing this to, you know, I don't want somebody walking down my car and going, oh, it looks great. Oh my God, look at that. What the hell? So, you know, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm hoping I can get another panel or two wrapped in the next couple days. My wife's been away for 7 days now. Kids are still alive. It's a good thing to report. She should be back the middle of the week, and I'll get some time back with the car, and we'll have to deal with this front bumper. You know what's cool? A lot of the damage that I saw originally, a lot of people are asking where the damage is. There's a lot of scratches and scuffing up underneath here and under here. This is rippled right here, which you can't see anymore. So I don't know if the heat fixed that, or if I peel that Band-Aid off, the texture is just hiding it. And I also have a crease here and a dimple right in this area that you can still see. I can't really show it to you here, but the damage wasn't extensive from the deer. I mean, we slammed on the brakes pretty hard, and we just bounced him. He kind of did a backflip and disappeared off into the woods. And those of you who asked if I checked if he was okay. That's not making the video. This car was spotless yesterday. I washed it, cleaned it, got it all ready, but drove out to West Milford to get a nice garage to apply the vinyl, and she got a little dirty. Alright, so here's my question for you guys. What do you think? I show the car a lot, so this is going to bug the hell out of me. But if you were me, what would you do? Would you guys redo the vinyl for that? And don't forget, this, like I said, don't worry about that. That'll be covered with a little stripe. You'll never see it, never notice it unless you get on your knees. And the sad part is, I did all this work back here, and when you go to a car show, you always back in, so no one's ever going to see that. And you know, the little fingers here is another problem. If you go real down in there you go, you see a couple of them. And then that light right there, the little miss on there. What do you think? Would you redo the whole bumper? 5 hours worth of work to prep, 3 to wrap. Would you redo all that basically just for that right there? I don't know, let me know. Drop some comments. Let me know what you think so far. And we'll go from there. From this point on, we're gonna go and switch ahead to a, I guess, time lapse of, you know, the trunk being wrapped. So, I don't know. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you think so far. And I'll throw some photos sprinkled in here. Deer damage. It's healing nicely. I'm pretty sure with once I take those band-aids off, everything will be better again. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. Anyway, thanks for watching it and enjoy the time lapse of me wrapping my trunk.
We bop and hippity hop, I'm as happy as I can be. Whoa, boom, boom, and hippity zoom. Love is sweet, love is grand, works one. We bop and hippity hop, I'll never be a millionaire. Whoa, boom, boom, and hippity zoom. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. I don't care. We bop and hippity hop, I'm as happy as I can be. Whoa, boom, boom, and hippity zoom. Love is sweet, love is grand, works one. We bop and hippity hop, I'll never be a millionaire. Whoa, boom, boom, and hippity zoom. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. I don't care. All I do is adore you all of the time. I like to. I like to. I like to love you every day. I like to love you. I like to love you. If I may, I'd like to love you. I'd like to love you. I'd like to love you night and day. If I may. I'd like to. I like to love you every day. I like to love you.
The one my heart has gone to me, not gone to wait.
how to work.
Tico tick. Oh, tico 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 tock. Tico tick. Oh, tico 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 tock. Tico tick. Oh, tico 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 tock. Tico tick. Oh, tico tico tock. This tico tico, he's a cuckoo in my car.
Going to bed.
About me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world. They're really saying I love you. What a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love you. What a wonderful world. What a wonderful
Yeah, yeah.